Well, absolutely, Aldrin. As you know, that it's a very long-standing issue of the democratic reforms in the Kingdom of Eswatini, where the EFF Swaziland has been one of the very important voices calling for these reforms, but also calling for the end of the victimization of the political activists. You'd recall just a couple of years ago, the unrest that's erupted in the Kingdom, where the activists were quite aggrieved about the state of affairs and as far as the political situation is concerned. But Aldrin, let's get straight and hear from the organizers about today's demand. So I'm just going to start with you, sir. Tell us about the significance of today and why you're going to the High Commission to amplify these demands.
Thank you, my brother. Good day to viewers at home. I'm Sposiso Mhlanga, the EFF Swaziland SA Region Chairperson. So today we are gathered here to go to the Swaziland Embassy to deliver a petition. Actually, we have got demands that we are sending to the government of Swaziland, which we are calling for the withdrawal of foreign hired mercenaries by the kings who are terrorizing and killing political activists. And we also demand the finance of the collapsed education and health system in Swaziland.
Let's look at the issue of the political reforms in Eswatini. This is like a long-standing issue. We've seen at some point SADC envoys going to interact with the king, the civil society, and many other, important structures in Eswatini. Why are we not seeing these reforms happening? Is there any particular impediment hindering why we're not seeing progress in this regard?
I think there is no transparency and honesty amongst the SADC leaders, because what they are doing is nothing. They're protecting the king, they're protecting the interest of King Mswati. They don't look at the interest of the people, because if they are for the interest of the people by now, because it has been a long time, there could have been something practical that have been done to assist the people of Swaziland. So that's why we don't have that much confidence in them in SADC. Although there's a new leadership, we think the president of Namibia will take actions after seeing us doing delivering the petition to the Kingdom of Swaziland, because this thing is continuing. It hasn't stopped. Yes.
Right. Maybe just to bring you as well, sir, I see you are also keenly and very eager to talk to us. Elections are coming up next month in Eswatini. Are you calling for people to vote and maintain the current system?
No, you see, we don't even consider this thing of elections as something that is significant, because we feel it is just a waste of resources. But we respect the views of those that are saying we cannot boycott the elections, but we also respect the views of those that are saying it is a futile exercise. So for us, it is to say the elections is just a by the way thing. We need democracy in Swaziland. Elections have been there. They will come and go, but the demand still stands. So for us, it is not about for us, EFF Swaziland, the elections are not even an issue at all.
And maybe just before I let you go, sir, what could be your message to countries like South Africa? We're part of the AU Peace and Security Council, so it's all about making sure that we have a peaceful and prosperous Africa. What would be your message to South Africa?
Yeah, quite honestly, we are very disappointed about the approach of South Africa when it comes to the issues of the people of Swaziland, because he who thinks that they can just do this thing and just ignore the facts of what is happening in South Africa has been there. They know what oppression feels like, but they are just not taking this issue of Eswatini seriously. And I think for the ANC government, they have released numerous statements. So we are very disappointed. And now there is this issue of the mercenaries, apartheid South Africans. Like you can see the picture here. These are South African. They have been hired to kill people in Swaziland. And the government of the ANC is doing nothing. So that is why we are saying we appeal to the region and to South Africa, because we know that Swaziland relies on South Africa on almost everything. We get food from South Africa, so if South Africa can take this issue seriously, I think we can get somewhere. But as things are now, we are very disappointed. All
right. And maybe just coming back to you, sir, before we close here, what is the life of opposition person in the Kingdom of Eswatini. We saw during the unrest all kinds of reports about so many people who have been killed. Obviously, Eswatini government will always vehemently deny this, but briefly, just take us through to just experience of an opposition person in the kingdom.
Thank you, my brother. As you can see, I was looking around here. I'm happy there's South African police around, because you know, when you're in opposition in Swaziland, anything can happen anytime, especially after a political gathering. So political activists, they live like animals. Actually, you have to hide, you have to change. If you are renting, you have to change houses and everything, especially after having events like that, like this. Because what is actually happening, there is no room for political party at all, as they were banned in Swaziland. So anyone who comes, who is being political, who have got another view that is different from the king, Mswati, you face charges, they fake charges, and even if you had criminal activities and you were cleared, they bring them back to life. Because of Mswati, he's got the power over the judicial system in Swaziland. He appoints judges. Actually, he appoints relative judges to the judiciary. So that's how is the life of political activists in Swaziland.
Okay, guys, thank you so much indeed for your time. So, Aldrin, that's the voice of the activists who are right here. And we know that the issue of Eswatini really has been within the SADC Troika for some time, but there hasn't been really any particular solution that has appeased parties like the EFF, Swaziland and other pro-democratic groupings. And of course, during the course of the day, we hope to hear from Eswatini diplomatic mission in terms of where to from here, in terms of addressing these very long-standing issues.
And Khayelihle, just a quick reminder as well, that 2021 special envoy that was appointed by President Cyril Ramaphosa, being led by Jeff Radebe, what happened to the outcomes of their meetings?
Well, obviously, it was a very comprehensive meeting, Aldrin. They really met with so many parties in the Kingdom of Eswatini. They met with King Mswati III. They met with the civil society and many other structures where they were trying to really understand the very deep-seated issues in the Kingdom of Eswatini. But in this particular point in time, there hasn't been really any outcome that has really appeased all the parties or really addressed the very main issues. And especially at this particular point in time, Aldrin, we do know that they'll be heading to the election. Once again, Tinkundla system, uniquely Eswatini system, will be one of the features as well, where the MPs will be elected. So once again, you know, whenever you talk to the people of Eswatini, you do get those who are still pro the monarchy system, but also you do find those who are really pro democratic reforms, who are saying that they are tired of living under this system. They really want to elect their own leaders as opposed to having this particular system.